Hey guys, it's 7 p.m., so I'm going to get started. This should be, hopefully, a quick video. You know, we do these promos on Monday to get ready for the show on Tuesday, and hopefully we don't need to do a whole lot. So if you can hear me, because I'm using the new mic, I want to test it out. If you can hear me, please comment and let me know that you can hear me. In the meantime, I'm going to see if this changes the format any. Nope. So real quick, I'll wait for some people to get here. But we're just going to talk about the show tomorrow mostly. We got we got Brandy. Hey Brandy, I figured I'd probably see Brandy. So we got 2 shows coming up for Music Politics. Michael's got a tour coming up, and I want to make sure we invite everybody who is going to be in the vicinity of that tour to come and see it. Trying to think if there's anything else that we'll want to cover. Like I said, we'll just give people a little bit more time to get here. Maybe give it till 7:05 or so. And if not, then they'll just see it. Well, you know what? I'm just going to start talking, and then when more people get here, I'll repeat myself, and we'll try not to stay too long. But first, let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow, this is the first time in 2021 that we have done 2 weeks of Music Politics in a row. And that's because we already had one scheduled for Juneteenth. And then Michael found somebody that we really wanted to talk to and didn't want to wait while they were available. So we're doing 2 weeks in a row, and then we'll have a few weeks off. But first of all, so of the 2 weeks in a row, last week was Joe McClain, which was our setup for Juneteenth. And I hope everybody enjoyed hearing from Joe as much as I did. As anyone who saw the episode knows, I've known Joe my entire life pretty much, and I've always enjoyed hearing his stories. So I was really glad that other people got to hear them. His wife called me a few days later and said, "Man, y'all only talked about like a fraction of the stuff. So we may have to have him back if people want him back and get some more stories out of him." But I was very glad that we did it and that it went as well as it did. So definitely give me some feedback. Brandy's got some feedback. Hey, Brandy. And so that was last week. And then tomorrow we have Mr. John Altman. And I'll tell you the story of how we came to meet Mr. John Altman. And I'm hoping that I get to meet him in the future as well. Next time I go to LA, I'm definitely going to look him up because he seems like another living legend. So what had happened was Michael and I were invited to a private virtual listening party when Phil Lassiter released his album. And I'm trying to remember the name of that album because it's a great album, and I want you guys to go and get it virtually or or otherwise. I think it's called Make America Love Again. I know that's one of the singles. And what I may do is I may play one of the videos from his album on this promo tonight. But let me mute Facebook because people are dinging. I don't need their dings. But so yeah, Phil Lassiter's album came out, and Michael and I were invited to a private listening party for the album. And I'm trying to make sure I have the name of the album right because I really want you guys to go and check it out. I really thought it was a great album. Live in Love is what it's called. I had to make sure I didn't call it Live, Laugh, Love because that was, I didn't want to call it that. That's those signs you see in every mediocre restaurant. So anyhow, I've said this multiple times now. Michael and I were invited to a private listening party for the album. And so we were there along with the people that worked on the album and other people that had just been, supportive of Phil's career. And both Michael and I have worked with Phil, and both Michael and I have supported him and wanted to support his music. So we were there, and there were other people there. And there was this one gentleman who I believe worked on the album, who was just, this was in Zoom. It was a virtual party. And his whole wall behind him was just covered in gold and platinum records. It looked like a wall at Flight Time. And Michael and I were like, who's this guy? And then he started to tell some stories about being on the road with Bob Marley and the Wailers, and I can't remember who else he was mentioning. And then Michael and I both Googled him, and turned out that he got his start working for Judy Garland, and he did the score for a version of the Italian Job. And Michael was like, man, I want to ask this guy a bunch of questions. I'm like, Michael, well, you know what that means. We need to get him on an episode of the show. And because the most challenging part of the show, I think, is finding guests that Michael and I both are interested in talking to, because there's lots of people that want to be on the show, but, are they interesting enough for both of us to make it worth, the 2 hours plus prep time? And so whenever I see that Michael's interested in somebody, I always try to jump on it, because you guys know Michael is no easy sell. So yeah, we talked to Mr. Altman, and turns out he agreed to be on the show, and Michael's like, let's get him right away, before something changes. And so we booked it. And so tomorrow, hopefully I won't have to talk a lot. Michael will ask him questions, and I will just sit there and enjoy the stories. But I'm really looking forward to that, because it seems like he's got a lot of really interesting stories to tell. Excuse me. He seems like a truly great guy. And then also want to throw out there in the atmosphere, I'm going to announce our July episode, because at the end of July, in preparation for International Blues Day, which is August 3rd, but Michael will be on tour August 3rd. So before that, the previous Tuesday, is it August 3rd? I think International Blues Day is August 3rd, or maybe it's August 1st. But it's anyhow, it's sometime early in August, and so we have a friend of ours that's a young rising star in blues music named Kingfish, that we've been wanting to talk to for a long time, and just kind of looking for the right opportunity to do so. So we're going to actually talk to Kingfish in honor of International Blues Day. If you guys don't know Kingfish, he's a young kid that went viral playing blues when he was a kid. Now he's maybe 20. He's been a part of the Marvel universe. He was on the TV show Luke Cage playing blues in a club. And he's been on the cover of Rolling Stone, and he's just, he's this just young virtuoso that's really been, taking blues outside of the normal, limited fan for blues. Oh, Brandy knows who we're talking about. So yeah, Kingfish will be our guest. Kingfish will be our guest on July 27th. And then Michael will be on tour for 2 months. And so I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to do something without Michael. We don't generally get a whole lot of, people are looking for both of us. Guests want to talk to both of us. So it's very different trying to do it just with me. I've thought about, and let me know your feedback, that if there's somebody we want to talk to who's willing to be on the show without Michael, I thought Maya would make a good, temporary co-host, because everybody knows and loves Maya, and she's also smart and easy to talk to. So if I do anything in between until Michael comes back, it'll probably be with her. I mean, maybe we'll just go live once or twice and just check in. But we'll see. I don't have any plans yet for August or September. I've thrown a few ideas out there in the atmosphere, and that's about it. And then, of course, Michael's going on tour with Soul Asylum at the end of July, all of August, and beginning of September. So it's very exciting to see live music back. It's very exciting to see tours back. We obviously love Michael and love Soul Asylum, and it's great that they'll be playing. Out. I mean, one of the things. So, at the beginning of the pandemic, a whole bunch of stuff kind of hit at once. And I don't really remember the order of things, but, stores and restaurants shut down. my church shut down and Soul Asylum got sent home from tour all about the same time. And it was right before I ended up in the hospital. So like, that's really, you know, that's one of the milestones of the pandemic for me is Michael being sent home from LA on tour with Soul Asylum. And so I'm, you know, them going back out kind of really does feel like things are going back to normal. I may or may not get a chance to see them. They are coming to Summerfest, and I have to play Summerfest, but I don't know if it'll be the same days. And I love Summerfest, but navigating it, especially given that I can't walk as well as I could when I was healthy, is going to be a challenge. So we'll see. I would love to see Michael. So let me let's play something from Phil, and let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share YouTube. Let's see. Okay, let's go to theater mode because we don't need all that. Tell me if you guys can hear it. Nope, that didn't work.
In the shadows, in the fog, in the corners, flashing lights, Courvoisier and a Cuban cigar. No one can see who you really are. Counting up your sheep, praying on the weak, trying to set to free, boy, you're gonna lose some teeth. I ain't your snack, no, I ain't your treat. I ain't your Robin Hood or your Bo Peep. I had you shook like, cause you're so crooked. I see you creeping high like a mountain, now to your grandfather. I see you sneak around and misbehave. You can take your secrets to the grave. Try to hide the things that you do. Second mama has to take you to school. Expose you like a fool. Make me have to lose my cool. Think you can on the cat try to win a big touchdown with a song. You pull the virus out not too long. Gonna find out how you are. You can call me Baba Yaga. You can call me Baba Yaga.
Okay, I was trying to mute my mic and share the video, but I think when I muted my mic, it muted the music too. So next time I'm going to share music, I'll figure out a more, well, you guys don't care, but the way that I have to do it is I guess I have to download the file rather than sharing it from YouTube. And I will do that in the future. So anyhow, I was going to play a bunch of stuff from his album, but instead you guys can go check it out yourself. I keep wanting to call it Live, Laugh, Love, and I know that's not it. What is the name of the album that's not Live, Laugh, Love? But it's by Phil Lassiter, and if you find an album that sounds like Live, Laugh, Love, you'll be close enough. Dang it, what is the name of this album? Because Make America Love Again is one of the singles. That's not the name of the album. Come on. Let's go to his webpage real quick. Live in Love. Yeah, I told y'all I was close, but Phil, you should not have named your album something so close to, the wall hanging that every Karen has. So go check out the album, buy it, support independent music. Phil has worked with, in addition to Michael and myself, he's worked pretty much with everybody that pretty much Michael and myself have worked with on the gospel side, with Prince, on the, on pretty much everything. He's just a very well-known, well-respected musician, and, we want to support him. So again, Mr. Altman tomorrow, and then Kingfish at the end of July. And then Michael's on tour for 2 months. And then when Michael comes back from tour, we have a surprise, hopefully. But that'll be back. That'll be in the fall. So we're ways off from that. Any questions or anything anybody else wants to talk about before I sign off? We are about at 20 minutes, which is, I try not to go longer than 20 minutes. So I see we got a few people still hanging. If you got anything left, let me know. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. I'm going to give you till 21 since it's nobody's bothering me about pizza for a change, which is nice. Go to my YouTube, though. I posted a pizza update to Todd and my food vlog. Good night, Brandy. Thanks for hanging out with us. We definitely appreciate your consistent support. Yeah, okay. So we are on time for a change. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Please make sure you share the flyer, invite your friends, invite people to the event. We need you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.